all these things are going to fail. And they're trying to run so much cover because even Chins came out. Chins has reappeared. She's back. Claims Rey Skywalker is the heart of Star Wars. And implies the Rey movie will continue to inject feminism in Star Wars. Let's read her actual quote here. It's enlightening. Speaking with Variety about her upcoming Diane von Furstenberg documentary. Yes, so she's just keep making documentaries because that's all she does. She's not an actual writer or director. She doesn't know how to make a real movie. Chins detailed what attracted her to making a Rey movie. The story that interests me the most is Rey's journey as a female Jedi. All right, so that's her words. I haven't made anything up here. Those are her words. It's all about being a woman Jedi.
It's not like we've never seen one of those before.
No.
Never once seen a female Jedi.
Give me 1 second.
Not as though I've seen I've seen Ayla Secura or any one of the numerous Jedis. Mara Jade Skywalker.
Oh, did you see the fan who was trying to say that George Lucas, the prequel era, was sexist because of Shaak Ti? You ever see that justification?
No, explain this one to me.
That George hated women so much, he wrote Shaak Ti's death in 4 different ways. There's like 4 different versions of how Shaak Ti dies, and it's just to, abuse women.
Yet he cut it out of the movie.
Both deleted scenes of Revenge of the Sith. Dave Filoni made a 3rd version, and I think there was another 4th version from somebody else. I have no idea how Shaak Ti actually died.
Neither do I. I don't.
I don't think it was because of women hate.
I mean,
a lot of people died in Order 66 that weren't women.
Yeah, I mean, she was still recovering from the brutalization visited upon her by Grievous during the Battle of Coruscant. So she might have just been in a Bacta tank when Anakin walked in and ganked her at the Jedi Temple, for all we know. So she keeps going. So the story. So that's how I could best bring my experiences to it. So you just basically admit, and I don't think I'm filling in words that aren't there, or feelings, themes that aren't there. I can best write a woman because that's all I write is women.
Oh, great.
That's it. Yeah. She went on to detail who she hopes to attract to this movie. Oh, this is rich. The greatest thing about Star Wars is that everyone has a personal connection to it. Everyone is passionate about it. And throughout the fandom, people have clear ideas about who should direct or what the story should be about. I'm just drowning out those voices until I'm done. So she's only listening to the echo chamber.
Mm-hmm. That's all these people live in.
Yeah, she's not listening to us saying, please don't just make a movie with your feminist perspective. Don't do that. Not going to work. Nope, drowning it out. As a storyteller, what have you wrote as a story? What have you written as a story? You wrote a couple bad episodes of Ms. Marvel, and you direct documentaries. That's not writing the story.
She was probably never going to write the story in the first place, right?
Well, it's a team. She's didn't write shit. Yeah, I know. She's not writing shit. I'm focused on drawing new moviegoers into the cinema and bringing a sense of nostalgia that will appeal to older fans of the series. Well, how about you don't make a Rey movie? That's one way to have nostalgia to older fans. We don't want Rey Skywalker.
Mm-mm.
Rey Palpatine.
You know what would actually sell better is a John Boyega Finn movie, because quite frankly, John Boyega has been so outspoken that they'd be like, oh, well, they brought him back. So obviously, they might actually do it somewhat decent, but this is just going to be feminist propaganda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then here comes the line. Now, suddenly it's, let's make sure that we cloak her in a defense of she's interacting with people who made Star Wars, but she says one thing, but even gives away the failing of this line. Sometimes you walk in the footsteps of people and giants who created worlds. And in the case of Star Wars, George Lucas's world and the filmmakers that have walked in his footsteps have set this world that they want young viewers to sort of walk into and have an understanding of the world. And at the heart of it, for me, is Rey Skywalker is Daisy Ridley and her story, and taking her on an adventure to a Jedi Academy and sort of creating a world that is natural dovetail to the story that we've seen her go through last 3 episodes, and working with Kathleen Kennedy and her team of breathing life into characters that everyone loves and fall in love with. That's a load of shit. And finding new characters that the next generation moviegoers will fall in love with. And she actually has the nerve to say, I've had conversations with Jar Jar. I've had conversations with George Lucas. Got to make it known as she talked to George. George already said, oh, well, yeah, that's good. I'll see you later. Bye. That's probably the extent
Sound
of it.
like Kermit the Frog.
It's
Yeah.
a mix. I know.
She
listen,
probably sent George an email and he emailed her
Probably.
back and he's like, quite frankly, I don't fucking
George's
care.
wife emailed her back.
Yeah.
It was just a form letter or something.
Yeah. So I mean, there you go. And then she reveals herself though. Of course, wouldn't it be the of course go to George Lucas? You would say, I spoke with everybody, and of course I spoke with George. But no, she says, of course I spoke with Dave Filoni, who's a big part of the Star Wars universe now. We speak very often, and Kathy and Carrie Beck and Simon, I don't know who the fuck that is, but she puts such an emphasis that her major point of contact is Dave Filoni.
So when it fails, they can blame him.
Yeah.
Listen, it would be glorious if he is the actual president when KK steps aside, because that makes our lives easier. It really does for content and roasting. It could be him. It could be any one of the diverse bunch of sycophant lieutenants that worship at KK's feet on the Lucasfilm board. It could be anybody.
I think,
But
I feel like the straight white man is the better bet.
Yeah, but
well, you want my weird opinion on this one? I think Dave takes the fall when everything fails in the end, and then they take a break, and then they put the one of the biggest sycophants, one of the biggest weirdos, Pablo Hidalgo, in charge.
Oh
God, I hate that man too.
Oh, he's probably one of the worst.
Well, while Dave makes up his own shit, Pablo is the chief in actively destroying
Mm-hmm.
the lore because he oversees the story group, the books, all that shit. He oversees it. So it's an entire cast of malcontents, is what it is. And this genius right here, she thinks she's being smart. They think they're being wise and convincing people that, oh, look, she's interacting with all these people. Like you said, it was probably an email to George. It wasn't an actual conversation. And it probably wasn't even with him, with whoever handles his media.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dave Filoni is your go-to. Sorry, not feeling very, very supportive or very enthusiastic about this. You know nothing. You know nothing about making movies. You know nothing about Star Wars. And when you say, I want to make a story about the heart is Rey Skywalker, Rey Palpatine, that's your heart. That's the heart of it. Wow. Except for the retards we talked about a little bit ago on X Twitter, she is reviled as a character, rejected as a character. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.